guys, it's Lizzie and this is Ask Lizzie number 13, and I haven't made a video in like a month and it seriously feels so weird filming this, which is weird because I've been doing this channel for 4 years, but when I stop filming for a little bit I like get out of my routine and then it just like is odd to make videos. Abigail, why do you make YouTube videos? So that's actually a really good question. I don't think about this. I guess it's something I've been doing since I was 15 and it's just like a big part of my life. I need to express myself, and if I can't, then it feels weird, and so I guess it's like, it's a platform for that. But also I love the fact that you guys, I'm able to connect with you and be friends with you even though I've never met you. I think that's so cool. Tim says, how has school been so far? It's been amazing. I'm a junior now and tons of reading. Like one of my classes, we have like 100 pages of reading due every class, so twice, like 200 pages a week for that class. It's insane. But I love all of my classes. I actually changed my major the first day of class. I went into my poli-sci class and I'm like, I hate this. Why am I a poli-sci major? And then I switched to religion, so now I'm double majoring in religion and philosophy, and it's perfect for me. Like I love it so much. And then I feel like this semester, just like the feel I generally have is just very comfortable, and like this is my home. I just feel so much more comfortable than I've ever been on this campus. This summer really changed me, and like last year really changed me, and so coming back, it was so weird at the beginning. Like I felt like this discontinuity in my mind between this place and who I am in this place, because I just felt so different, and so it was kind of weird at first for like the first like couple weeks just like being here and like thinking back to memories and how I'm different now. But the past few weeks I've just really like settled in and like loved it. Sarah Isabella, what's your favorite part of campus at Pepperdine? Recently I realized how much I love AC 286, which is this classroom that a ton of my religion classes have been in. It just has like this huge window that like looks out onto like this plaza area and like the mountain, and it's just like a really nice place to have class. And it's also like really roomy, and I actually learned Greek in that classroom. Also, I really love the chapel. We have the biggest stained glass window on the west side of the Mississippi River, true fact, and I love just like going there and like praying out loud or worshiping, and it's just so peaceful. And also I go behind the chapel a ton, and those two places have been like some of my favorites like my whole time at Pepperdine. Joy 98, coffee or tea? So I honestly love both, but I have coffee almost every day, and I will only have tea like maybe once a week, maybe a few times a month. Lexi, what's your favorite movie? Begin Again. It's not like my favorite movie, but it's like my most recent favorite movie. It came out over summer, so I watched it in Thailand. And actually, shout out to Thailand. This is my Rom-Com Hang Christian Center shirt. This is like the place I work in Thailand where I teach English. It's like amazing. I'm gonna go live there someday. Anyways, but what are we talking about? See, this is what happens when I don't make videos consistently. We all went and saw Begin Again in Thailand, and then we were like obsessed with it, and we were playing the songs from it like all the time, and it was so much fun. So I love Begin Again. Carly Lizzie Little 02. What group were you in during middle school? I was involved in like math counts and math Super Bowl, so I was like really into competition math. But I was also on like the cross country and track team, and like PE was my favorite class. But then I was also an artistic person because I played viola and I was in choir and I did ballet, and so I don't really think you could classify me as anything in middle school except over-involved. That's been my whole life since I was 11. Lepieps, biggest fear. So I actually have a very specific biggest fear, and I have never told anyone, and I would never talk about it in a video like this because I'm so scared that if anyone wants to like kill me one day, they will know what my biggest fear is and use it against me to hurt me, and I just like, I don't even want to think about that. So I will never tell anyone. Maybe like the guy I marry, I will tell him, but like no one else. Foam soap. What is your favorite song to hear on the radio? Currently, Shake It Off, of course. Or the new Coldplay album is really good. A Sky Full of Stars and Magic. Problem by Ariana Grande. Actually, I should probably say that one as my favorite. Problem, me and Nicole, I flew to California early and we were hanging out in Irvine like a month ago, and whenever that song would come on when we were in our car, we would be like jamming out to it, and like we got the rap part memorized and we would like shout it to each other and it was really fun. And also I love Break Free by Ariana Grande. I can actually play it on guitar, and I can play Shake It Off on guitar too. So much fun. I love guitar. Cannaleuwho, what is a major breakthrough or realization you've had recently? So a couple weeks ago I was walking up the stairs right out of my apartment, and I just had this like realization that the friendships and relationships in your life they're supposed to go through phases. Like your whole life is just phases, and then like the phase will change and it'll be different, and like friendships will end and relationships will end because either growing apart or people moving away. And so it's normal for things to always be changing. And so I don't know, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection this year, just with like wishing things were back to how they were, or like now that I'm back in America, wishing I was back in Thailand. And it's almost like you can like spend your whole life wishing things were back to what they were, but they're never going to be that again. Never. Like that was then. And so you just really need to like be present-minded and think of like everything amazing going on right now that you're gonna miss later. It's supposed to be phases. Like things are supposed to change and end and like leave and stay in the past, and that's just how life is. It's supposed to be like phases. Hannah1734, have you ever felt like no guy likes you back? I feel like that right now. I don't think anyone likes me, and I think that's a really good thing, because honestly I think like you might think, wow, like I want to be that girl who like every guy wants to be with, but I don't. Like that would be so emotionally stressful, having to reject guys. Like that would not be fun. Alina says, how do you tell people the truth without hurting them? I think that you should kind of change your mindset on this and just realize that every single person that you're really close to, you are going to hurt them and they are going to hurt you. It's just the nature of how we are as people. We live in a fallen world, a broken world, and that's why Christ came and redeemed it. But the people who make me cry the most are the ones who I'm closest to. And so it's like you're gonna get hurt in the world, but you kind of get to choose who hurts you, and you get to choose who you hurt by who you're closest to. And that's kind of a negative way of looking at it, but I think it's great because it forces you to like work on like apologizing and forgiving. I think it's really hard to be vulnerable though and like tell someone the truth that will hurt them if it's like about how they treated you or something. But one thing I've realized is that like if you can't be honest about a problem, then it's never gonna get solved and you're never gonna get closer to that person, and you're just kind of creating a wall, and it's gonna keep getting like bigger and stronger the longer you keep silent about whatever is going on and don't talk to them. Isabella Castro Miller, if a guy that you are really good friends with asks you out, how do you say no without hurting his feelings? Okay, he's gonna feel hurt. Like you're gonna hurt him, but you have to be honest instead of leading him on. I think that like the problem that I feel like I've had most of the time is that the guy will not just like say something and then it's kind of like you can't tell him you don't like him as more than a friend because he's just like not expressing that he even likes you. And so if he's actually expressing that, like you were so lucky that you can just be like, I actually like you as only a friend, and he's gonna feel rejected because he really likes you and he probably has for a long time, but the best thing you can do is be honest and just like let him know now so he can start getting over you. Lydia says, what is the best way to manage stress with school, friends, and your relationship with God? So last semester one of my friends told me, we were talking about like being busy, and he said, you are not a machine and you're not supposed to just like run until your energy's all gone. Like you're supposed to take time to relax and take care of yourself, and that just completely changed my outlook on like the way I live my life. A lot of times we think of ourselves as like a means to an end, like I need to get this stuff done and like that's more important, but you need to think of yourself as like an end in yourself. Like you are valuable, God loves you, and God like wants you to flourish as a person and not like burn yourself out by everything you're doing. And so you need to do like a ton of self-reflection and just figure out what you need to stay emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically healthy. So for me, one thing that I do is I listen to music all the time. When I'm walking to class, in between classes, when I'm studying, I always have music on, and I always like am downloading new music because that helps me stay emotionally healthy, and it's really important that I do that. Also, I play guitar a lot. If I go like 5 days and I like have not listened to music at all and like haven't played guitar, I will start to feel like really stressed out. But then when I like bring music back, it like relaxes me and calms me down. I made a whole video about making time for God. You should just watch that video, and I kind of answer that part of the question in it. I just recommend carrying around your Bible like all throughout the day, reading it in free moments. Don't like block out an hour, but just like take like 5 minutes here, 15 minutes here, like 30 minutes here, 2 minutes here, like for like praying and reading your Bible. Like make it a throughout the day thing, and I just like will like give you peace throughout the whole day too. Something that I've been doing this semester a lot is like right when I get back to my dorm room, or like right when I get out of class, I like immediately start doing my homework. And so it's like I'm always doing my homework and then I get it done like ahead of time. It is definitely possible to be involved in a ton and be peaceful. I'm on I think like 4 different club e-boards, and I'm in like all major classes and I'm leading a small group and I don't feel stressed out. I feel really peaceful. Alygoldy, where's your favorite place to take time out and relax? Oh, I love this question because relaxing is so important so you don't get stressed out. So I love playing guitar right here on my bed. I will just sit and play guitar and then have my guitar tap. It's really fun. And then also I love going to the beach in the middle of the day on the weekend and just like playing in the water and like laying on the sand and hanging out with people. It's like really nice. Danae Phillips, what do you look for in a friend? Whoa, this is a cool question. I feel like I can click with a ton of different types of personalities, so there's not like one type of person who I will be friends with. But one thing that I really value is listening, because I think there's some people who I talk to who it seems like all they want to do is talk and like hear themselves talk. And I think that's really kind of self-centered. And so I love how like my best friends, they're really good listeners and you can tell that when you're sharing something with them, they really care about it and they want to ask more questions and like really get to know like what you're talking about and just like interested in other people's lives. And I guess also just people who are like really like involved and like have a life and like have things they're passionate about. I feel like all three of my roommates, like we all have like different things we're really involved in on campus and like spend a lot of time at. And I just think it's cool because they're inspired by all the things that they're involved in, and I just think it's cool if they're doing things that make them happy. And then when it comes to different personality types, I actually prefer being friends with introverts, which is really weird because I'm an extrovert. But my family, like my dad and my sister are like really big introverts, and then my mom is kind of like in between, even though she's an extrovert. And I'm kind of on the border too, to where I get my energy from people and by myself. And for some reason, introverts are just like more like, I don't know how to explain it, just like not as draining. And a lot of people don't understand the word introvert. Introvert means you get your energy by being by yourself, and extrovert energy being with people, and that's what I mean. So people who get their energy by being by themselves, I just like, I don't feel drained, I feel more chill when I'm hanging out with them. And then also I'm obsessed with Myers-Briggs and I love ESTPs. Like they're my new favorite personality type to be friends with. One of my best friends in Thailand, her name is Hwy, and she's an ESTP and I'm an ESTJ, so we have the same first three letters, so we just like click really well and like get each other. But then the P adds this like impulsive, spontaneous, fun element to them, and so I love ESTPs. Also like intellectualism, I love. Like I feel like most of the guys I'm friends with, it's because we have like these like really legit conversations about like philosophy or theology, and I like really appreciate them for how they like fulfill that like intellectual part of me that like I need to talk to people about those things. Robin Morris, 30, what do I do when I feel distant from God? I've been in a good relationship with him, but recently I feel like he's not here and I feel empty. So this is completely normal to have like parts of your Christian life feel like you can't feel God, and faith isn't an emotion, so it's not, you're not supposed to have these like spiritual highs all the time. I made an entire video called like I can't feel God, like answering this question, so just go and watch that and that will like completely address what you're asking. Luke Taggart, 11. At my school, people are very cliquey and it's hard to make friends. Any suggestions? When I was 13, I moved to Florida, and my middle school for 8th grade was awful, very cliquey. I didn't make connections with people there, and the only thing you can do is be really loving and accepting of everyone, and you can change the culture, but ultimately like it's gonna be awful, but life will move on and you'll get to much better places with much better people. Lily Anna 115, the last time you cried. I actually don't remember, which is really good because sophomore year I cried so much. There was like so much stuff that happened. I don't know how I survived. I know how I survived. God was incredible. He taught me to rely on him so much. So I needed to go through that. But this year has just been very emotionally peaceful generally. Like it really hasn't been that bad. Rhythm Dancer, what is your favorite song at the moment? Okay, so the Alex G album came out and I seriously don't know how I'm gonna pick between the songs. I think my favorite song in it is probably Growing Up, or Warning Signs, or Love the Way You Miss Me, or Butterflies, or Bones. Actually, like all of it is so good. I seriously love her album. She's a YouTuber. You should go buy it and support her. She's amazing. Zoa, can you ever film a what's on my iPhone video? I already did. I'm gonna link it right here. You should go watch it. I filmed it last summer. Okay, so that's all the questions for this video, and I'm really sorry that I've been gone for so long. I will try to be more consistent now that the semester has kind of reached like a steady like rhythm, so I know like what's going on. But I love you guys so much, and hopefully I will see you next Monday. Bye!